So picture this. You're one of four Confederate boats designed to protect the port. And you're looking out upon the harbor out to the ocean, and what do you see? 77 Union gunboats coming right at you. Hello and welcome to Civil War in Hindsight. I'm Lieutenant Tommy. With me, as always, is Prospector Johnny, and we've got some good news this week, Prospector. So
Finally,
yeah, finally,
it seems like
finally
it's
some
been
good
a
news.
while.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute
since we've had any sort of good news, other than maybe a little skirmish, one somewhere. So, something substantial happened.
Something substantial will happen towards the end of the week, but we'll get into it. Another month ends, Johnny, with another one beginning. Not a whole lot happened over the last month in October there. Kind of a quiet month.
It was, people kind of slapping at each other a little bit, but nothing changing hands, no big territories gained or lost. I guess a little bit kind of with Virginia.
Yeah, Western Virginia.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much under Union control. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's kind of a big deal, but that's about it.
That's about it, yep. This week is going to begin on November 1st with General Scott officially stepping down and retiring at West Point, with McClellan being tapped as his replacement. Although from the rumor mill, from what I'm hearing, is Scott is not too happy about McClellan taking over his position. He didn't really like McClellan running his mouth about him being old and fat. So it doesn't seem like he's wanting that to happen, but he is old and fat.
It like he sees it.
Yeah, well, and Scott himself is like, yeah, I'm old, I'm fat, I'm really not.
Okay, so we like McClellan.
McClellan hasn't done anything as of yet. I mean, he was tapped for the Army of the Potomac, but I mean, he hasn't really done anything up to this point. He's just kind of sitting and waiting.
Sure on him. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tracking this week to see if it's a good week or bad.
Good week or bad week.
I'm not going to mark anything for that because we don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Scott being gone, that's good though, right?
Scott being, I mean, he's the longest running military career personnel that I think we've ever had in American history.
Okay,
I mean,
so that's good because
a good illustrious career. Yeah, way too old. He did do very well with the Mexican-American War. I mean,
congratulations, but we are fighting a different war today than you fought during the Mexican-American
War. Very, very much a different war. One point here, Johnny, that you might want to put down on the bad side of your board there is that we are unfortunately going to lose two of those ships from Sherman's 77 ship fleet that set sail at the end of last week towards Port Royal. They do get caught up in a storm. Two of the boats do sink. However, the Marine detachments that were on both vessels were able to escape to safety, so no real loss of life.
So no casualties.
But we do lose two boats.
But
out of 77
to a storm, not to the Confederates.
No, to a storm.
Well, I mean that's something that's going to happen. I'm not putting that on the bad side. Since we didn't lose the men on.
No, we didn't lose the men on the boats. So. All the captains of the remaining vessels do open up sealed orders that revealed a rendezvous point in the event that they got separated due to a storm. So I mean, this was a foreseeable thing that could happen.
The ocean is a terrifying place.
And they do successfully rendezvous outside of Port Royal, or on their way to Port Royal, and do rendezvous. And Johnny, Fremont is going to negotiate a prisoner exchange with General Price, Confederate General Price. And who does Fremont exchange in these prisoners, you might be wondering? Political prisoners that were arrested because of their opinion by Lincoln. So he negotiates the release of some of these people that were arrested without habeas corpus. So at this point, I mean, I might put that on the good line. Like, I haven't liked Fremont up to this point, but you're releasing people who probably shouldn't have been prisoners to begin with. So I'm okay with, but that's at least funny and put it up there.
You're undoing some dictatorship type stuff here, so that's okay in my book.
But Lincoln isn't too happy about this and says,
"Oh, you don't say,"
but says specifically that he doesn't have the authority to do this, which Lincoln didn't really have the legal authority to arrest him to begin with, but whatever. And on the second, Johnny, Fremont is officially relieved of his command when a messenger penetrates Fremont's guards at Springfield and delivers the orders personally to General Fremont, saying that, General Hunter is now officially in command of the forces in Missouri. So thank you for this service.
Okay.
You are no longer needed.
Oh,
No, General Fremont is going to protest as he is about to engage in battle with Price, and says because these orders say if I'm about to engage with an enemy, you can't relieve me. And then the messenger points out that says, Price is 60 miles away. So you're
not close enough.
You're not
going to get 60 miles in this afternoon.
No, that's not. You're not going to get 60 miles in a day or two.
We'll figure it out. You're gone.
Yeah, you're gone.
So it did go through. He's
gone through. He is now relieved. Although some of Fremont, although some of Fremont's officers have suggested a mutiny and suggested that Fremont secede and form his own Western nation, the nation of Missouri. But that doesn't. Don't worry. They don't. He doesn't get it. Fremont has enough brain in his head going, I don't think that's going to work the way you want it to. I can't even get the rebels out of Missouri. You want me to get the Federals out too?
Not even secede into the Confederacy.
Secede and form his own nation. New Western nation of Missouri. Yeah, good luck. But that doesn't go through.
Okay, well, glad that was
suggested.
That
was just some drunken, second lieutenant.
Right, yeah, who always has terrible ideas.
Poking the bear there, that's all that is. On the 3rd, General Hunter is going to take official command of those Western forces in Missouri, and Traitor President Davis is going to write a letter to General Johnson, reassuring him that the rumors that he had heard from Beauregard that Traitor President Davis had refused his request to pursue the Union after Manassas was complete and total bullshit. In fact, Davis reminded Johnson that, no, I gave orders to Beauregard specifically to pursue the North after the Battle of Manassas, and then they got stalled and didn't do it. So this is on him, not on me. So right now we've got Traitor President Davis pointing fingers at Beauregard, and Beauregard pointing fingers at Traitor President Davis, each going like, you're the reason the war is still going on, because we could have won at Manassas if we just pursued. And
get over it. You're done. It didn't happen, and now you're still fighting a war. I don't see
that you can't afford. But in any case, on the 4th, Traitor President Davis is going to get General Lee and General Cooper involved in this political pissing match by demanding if they have heard of Beauregard's claim. So he gets his other generals, his other top 5 guys here going,
all right,
hey,
I want everybody from the rumor mill. Give me every rumor you've heard. How far did it spread? Which one, bit his teeth into everybody more?
And this is the most ridiculous. This is a schoolyard. This is school children that are just sitting there, just. I can't.
They're not suited. They're not suited to run a country.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Let alone during war and secession and traitorism and just being bad like that. I mean, clearly wrong side.
Clearly wrong side. On the 5th, General Lee will be transferred / promoted, depending on how you look at this. I would almost say it's a demotion, to commander of the new Department of South Carolina, Georgia, and East Florida. He is being removed from the command of the Western Virginia troops, and he's being placed in the command of the South Carolina, Georgia, and East Florida troops.
Okay, so that whole coast, though, right?
Yeah, but there's like other than Fort Pickens,
there's not much.
There's not much going on there right now. No.
Well, and it's a lot more to travel to, kind of oversee.
Yeah, a lot more landmass here than in Western Virginia,
stuff and all that.
General Stonewall Jackson, hero of the Battle of Manassas, is going to take command of the new department of the Shenandoah Valley. We'll see how that plays out for the Confederates, just moving a lot of people around. I think maybe these are people who are more supportive of T.P. Davis. Maybe that's why he's making these promotions, new positions for him.
Getting the people who have shown loyalty to him or just yes men to him,
or maybe just yes men. On November 6th, Traitor President Davis will officially be elected the president of the Confederate fake states of America, because he was just acting president up to this point. So now he's officially elected.
I wonder how that election went.
I'm putting this in quote, elected, because he was the only one on the ballot, running completely and totally unopposed to no other political party other than the Democrat Party. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, elected.
How jealous do you think Lincoln is?
He got to run unopposed.
Like that. I mean, what a
complete
dream for
dictatorship. Yeah, what a dream for Lincoln. Yeah,
his ideals.
I bet you Lincoln's next election will be unopposed. And Johnny, this week, it's going to end officially with two battles. We got two of them here. So we'll start off with a good one. The one that we alluded to at the beginning of this intro. We start off with the Battle of Port Royal and Sherman's Navy. So under the command of Flag Officer DuPont, the Union Federal forces are going to steam their now 75 ships into Port Royal Sound, right outside of Port Royal. Since the loss of the Marines, they determined that maybe a land invasion of the two forts that protect the port would not be the best idea, and we'll just bombard them with our 75 ships with cannons, because,
it seems like just overwhelm them, right? And if nothing else, since we've seen how little damage a whole bunch of cannon fire can do, if
make a lot of noise,
scare the crap out of them.
Yeah, we're gonna make a lot of noise.
That's intimidating. Yeah, I mean, just that number of ships on the horizon coming your way.
The largest,
when they start firing.
Largest naval force ever assembled in the United States up to this point. 75 ships with 12,000 men versus the Confederates' 4 ships. 44 cannons between the two forts and 3,000 men. So at this point, numbers are very much on the Union side. I don't see how we lose this one.
Please, we don't, right?
We don't lose this one. The plan was to split the forts using a circle pattern. So the forts are on the opposite side. We have a circle. We circle the wagon, so to speak, with the boats, and that way, at all times, the boats are putting on fire either at Fort Walker or Fort Beauregard, which I shit you not, that's the name of the other fort, Fort Beauregard. Like, calm your shit, Beauregard. You won one battle and you're gonna name a fort after yourself. Like, calm down.
No one else is out here winning battles.
Fair point, I guess. But this plan quickly goes awry when they realize that there's complete enfilade from they're completely protected from Fort Walker if they sit in this one position, on the water. So the Union boats all just sit in this one position on the water and just bombard the shit out of Fort Walker because their cannons can't get to them, and the Fort Beauregard can't get to them. So they're just completely protected, and all they're doing is just raining hellfire on Fort Walker. By mid-afternoon, most of the guns in Fort Walker were completely silenced, and the troops wind up abandoning it. A small federal landing party from the flagship of the Union boats decides to go over there and seize Fort Walker. Once Walker is fallen, the troops in Fort Beauregard look and go, we have like 0% chance of winning this one, and maybe we need to get it the hell out of here before we get, surrounded and can't. So they hightail it the hell out of there. Another landing craft goes on to take over Fort Beauregard, and by the evening, more Union troops have landed at the port itself, securing this little chunk of South Carolina. So now we have 12,000 Union troops in South Carolina at Port Royal, providing the Union with a valuable base to resupply the Anaconda plans, our blockade. They can supply that blockade with coal fuel for the steamers, and they can supply them with food, as well as the staging point where we can invade into South Carolina if we so choose.
Yeah, it's just a feeding zone. And we already have 12,000 men there. I mean, that's huge in itself. I mean, what an invasion.
All the gunfire that we had, thousands of rounds of gunfire, Johnny. I got the casualty report here. You ready for it? 8 Union killed with 23 wounded, while the Confederates lost 11 killed, 48 wounded, 3 captured, and 4 missing. These 4 missing are dudes that weren't like, deuces, we're out. There's no fun anymore. Yeah, it's no fun when it's no fun when you get shot at.
So that was a total combination of 25,000 people crashing together. As some, fighting, and 40 got hurt or died.
Yeah, a little over 50. Like 60 some. Yeah, that's not
well done there.
Not a lot. Yeah, it's a positive. Yeah, limited casualties.
That's pretty good. That's
pretty good.
I feel like if you just got group together, you're gonna have.
If you're gonna fight a war, at least have.
Keep it low.
Yeah, less civilized. Let's make it a civil war.
Yeah, just destroy their stuff with all of your cannons, and then.
And that civil war kind of ends here also on the 7th, because on the morning of the 7th, hundreds of miles away, way out in Kentucky and Missouri, we've got General Ulysses S. Grant, U.S. Grant, who decides that he wants to do a scouting mission, reconnaissance mission, raid of, so to speak, of 3,000 men. So he's going to move 3,000 men from Cairo, Illinois, down the river, down the Mississippi, and to attack Belmont, Missouri, with the intention of kind of scouting the troops that the Confederates have in Belmont, Missouri, and Columbus, Kentucky, which they're right across the river from each other.
Okay.
Right across. Little mountain ridges.
Seeing what's going on.
What's going on. He's not intending to get into a full raid. He just wants to see how many troops the Confederates have in this area. He's just going in, not a full battle. Let's just go see what we can find out information-wise.
Why would he send 3,000 people for that? That seems like a little
more than a raid,
group.
But not. Yeah, I mean it's not. It's not 12,000 men. It's not a full army like we had.
No, but it's not
It's not threatening. Yeah, you're right. So Grant in the morning will land his troops at Belmont. He's going to face heavy opposition from Confederate guns that are on the bluff, which is across from Columbus, Kentucky. But he's going to, pretty easily just flip that table over, knock those Confederates off the hill. It's like, suck it. It's mine now.
Okay.
And promptly lose it because Confederate forces from Columbus, Kentucky, underneath Polk, quickly cross the Mississippi and raid them. And they're like, okay, guys, let's get back to the boats, get in the boats, and steam back up north. So this is
That's a little embarrassing.
It's a little embarrassing. It's not a loss because it wasn't really a battle.
No,
and
but
neither side gained anything, but neither side really lost anything, and it's kind of embarrassing. This is Ulysses S. Grant. This is U.S. This is our.
Yeah.
He's got our name.
He lost
U.S.
some pride,
Grant. United States Grant is going to lose a little bit of pride because your first actual battle during this war is kind of it's like a firecracker going off. The battle will result, like I said, in no strategic effect on either side, but it will result in 120 Union killed, 383 wounded, and 104 missing or captured. The Confederate losses are going to be 105 killed, 409 wounded, and 117 missing. And so it's pretty even as a battle goes. The numbers are all pretty
nasty bad.
In comparison to some of the other ones that we've had so far, this is a battle.
The one we just talked about had 25,000 men involved in it, and had
10 dudes died.
20th of that or something.
This is much higher. This is 3,000 men on the Union side, 5,000 on the Confederate side. So there's significant numbers of loss here.
That sucks.
Yeah, put that down as a loss of life. That's a negative. So kind of a. Well, we're 5 to 4. So still a good week. Still a good week. This week is going to end we're going to end it on the positive note. We've got Port Royal. We've got a stronghold in South Carolina. We've got Western Virginia locked up. Missouri is at least going to be under better management with Fremont's gone. So looking up. War over by Thanksgiving. That's it for this week in Civil War in Hindsight. If you enjoy this, check out Historic Hindsight. We talk about all kinds of other drunken historical shenanigans like pigs going to war and the Microsoft Zune, whatever the hell that was.